Change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
Hey everybody, it's Tim Van Orden, and I'm feeling rather disappointed today. So I want to share with you what's going on, and hopefully we can both get some insight from this conversation. I have been spending the bulk of the new year getting ready to host the Northeast Snowshoe Championships, which were supposed to take place this coming weekend, March 12th. And after hosting the Nationals in 2014, I wanted to make this race even better. So I've been busting my butt, putting in a couple hundred hours just in the new year to make this race a really incredible experience for anybody involved. But I had to cancel a couple days ago because we don't have much snow, and it's going to be a really warm week. And by this coming weekend, we probably won't have any snow, which is insane for this time of year. Anyway, there's this giant hole in my life where this race used to be. And in addition to that, I've been trying to get myself back in shape after breaking my toes in December, Christmas Eve, and slowly through the month of February, building up my mileage again, really carefully. And then a couple days ago, I pulled a muscle in my quad, 2 days before the New England 5K Championships, which I ran anyway. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Did okay, but I couldn't walk after the race. And now I'm probably out for at least a week of no running, no spin bike, barely any walking. It really, really hurts to walk. So the two things that are the most important to me, hosting this race, training, getting ready for the national championships in April. Yeah, neither one looks like they're going to happen. So I'm dealing with this feeling of disappointment. So I want to talk about that. Disappointment. What does that word mean, to disappoint? Well, it means to remove from office or to undo an appointment. So if somebody is appointed to an office, if you take them out of that office, you have disappointed them. Or you set an appointment with someone and then you cancel that appointment, you have disappointed. That's what it means. Right, to remove somebody from an appointment or to undo or cancel an appointment. So I started thinking about that, this idea of being disappointed. We have a goal or a position or an identity that we have appointed ourselves to. I am the race director. That's a role that I appointed myself to. I am the athlete who wants to do well at a national championships. That's another role that I have appointed myself to. And now, due to circumstances outside of my control, I have been disappointed. I can no longer assume those roles. Now, the challenge is that we have an emotional investment in these roles, in these identities, in these courses of action. I was really excited about putting on the snowshoe race, and I was really excited about kicking butt at another national championship. So it's not so much that I've been disappointed. That's simply a statement of the facts. I have been removed from office. That's just factual. But it's the underlying emotional investment and emotional attachment that is really the challenge here. If I take a closer look at these events, has the outside world changed to a large degree? And the answer is no. It's pretty much the same world with the exception of two things that I wanted to do. But that doesn't mean that all possibilities disappear. That doesn't mean that there are no courses of action from this point forward. It just means that I've been removed from two particular offices, but it doesn't mean I've been taken out of the game. It doesn't mean I can't play and do other things. It doesn't mean I can't explore other opportunities. It just means that I no longer serve those two roles. So if I can accept and be gentle with that feeling of emotional loss that accompanies the disappointment, then I can start looking for other courses of action, other options. So that's what I'm doing now. It's like, okay, I have this big hole where these two things used to be, and I could let that hole drag me down so that I don't see new possibilities or new opportunities in front of me. Or I can say, yep, kicked out of those offices, but there's an office over there and I think there's a free seat. And if I take that seat, make sure to expect more than just success. Make sure to expect all possibilities. And instead of seeing them as success or failure, see them as data points. See them as information. See them as pieces of success. Failure is only failure if you walk away from it. But what most people consider failure is simply just new information. You were on this particular course, you would put yourself in this particular seat in that particular office, and data came in that said, well, that's not the seat you should be sitting in. And you're like, well, then I quit, I give up. Rather than switching to a different seat. That would have fixed the problem. But no, I'm invested in this seat. I don't want to have to change seats. I don't want to have to move my chair a quarter of an inch to the right. I want my chair to be right here. It's my office. My rules. Well, we don't really control the universe as much as people would like to think they do by manifesting all kinds of great abundance. It doesn't work like that. We simply get information. We get data. And if that data conflicts with our expectations, it's not the data that's the problem, it's our expectations that are the problem. So, all right, not putting on a snowshoe race, but I've cut some really cool new trails on the mountain. So let's think about putting on a trail race come spring, summer, or fall using those trails. And as far as being an athlete, all right, maybe I'm not going to be in the kind of shape I need to for the national championships in April, but let's take this downtime and let's focus on my writing. I write and work on my information and book every single day, but I never have huge chunks of time that I can focus directly on that. Well, right now, I've got at least a week of little to no activity physically. Perfect. Let's work on that book. Let's work on assembling this information and putting myself through some interval workouts in regard to booking. Is that a word, booking? It is now. It's my new word. I'm booking today. So when it comes to disappointment, realize that that's just the universe's way of saying, that's not the right role for you right now. It doesn't mean you can't play the game. It doesn't mean we don't have other roles for you. It's just that one isn't the right one. So take a look. We've got this big catalog. It's got unlimited numbers of roles you can take on, things you can do, possibilities you can create. In fact, this one on page 395 looks really, really interesting. I think you should take a look. Or you can focus on your internal turmoil and get angry at the universe, get angry at the way things are, and get nowhere. It's up to you. All right? So I think it's time for me to work on my book now. I love you guys. See ya. And this is why it's also important to eat some kind of breakfast before a big event. There are two places that our body stores sugar, glycogen, in our muscles and in our liver, right? Now, when you hit the wall in a race, in a marathon, mile 18, mile 20, the wall, that's your muscles running out of sugar.